President Tinubu arrives Paris ahead of new Global Financial Pact Summit.
Essentially, this trip is to further cement Nigeria's economic prospects.
Security agencies from ECOWAS member states set to use artificial intelligence in fighting crime within sub-region.
We are working on improving data uploads because presently the amount of data that are uploaded are very low.
Broadcasting Organization of Nigeria hosts Ghanaian counterparts. Hate speech dominates discuss.
Through training, we've deepened knowledge, we've built capacity, and we've rewarded the best.
Good evening and welcome to the Network News at 9. I am Olajide Bello, and reading with me from Lagos is Adiola Komi Akerele. President Bola Tinubu has departed Abuja for Paris to participate in the summit for a new Global Financial Pact, which begins on Thursday, 22nd of June 2023. The president left Abuja at about 11 via the presidential wing of the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport for his first official trip abroad. He will join other world leaders to review and sign a new global financial pact that places vulnerable countries on priority list for support and investment following devastating impact of climate change, energy crisis, and after effect of the COVID-19 pandemic. The two-day summit will also look at opportunities to restore fiscal space to countries that face difficult short-term financial challenges, especially the most in-depth, mobilize innovative financing for countries vulnerable to climate change, foster development in low-income countries, and encourage investment in green infrastructure for the energy transition in the emerging and developing economies. Special Advisor to the President on Special Duties, Communication and Strategy, Dele Alake, says the trip holds a lot of potential for the country.
Let's make some very critical decisions in the area of the economy, specifically on the unification of the multiple exchange rate of the Naira. And we expect that in the short run, there could be a spike in the value of the dollar to the Naira. And his trip here is to convince the European Union and European investors to bring in the much needed direct foreign investment into Nigeria to shore up the value of our own currency locally in the short run, while all the policies being put in place and being planned and programs will begin to yield fruit. Mr. President is going to talk to investors across the globe who are gathered in Paris, and they have invited him.
And as you see in those pictures, the president has already arrived Paris. President Bola Tinubu has approved the return of National Emergency Management Agency (NEMA) and the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria (NACON) to the Office of the Vice President for supervision in compliance with the various establishments acts. The president has also approved a formal structure for the Office of the Vice President, as well as an appropriate number of technical and administrative aides that will work with the Vice President in the discharge of his responsibilities. Vice President Kashim Shettima has decorated Kayode Egbetokun as the new Inspector General of Police. The brief event held at the VP's office, State House, was witnessed by the outgoing Inspector General of Police Usman Alkali Baba, Chief of Staff to the President Femi Gbajabiamila, Secretary to the Government of the Federation George Akume, among others.
Right now, I feel like a tiger inside of me, ready to chase away all the criminals in Nigeria. And some other time, I feel like a lion in me, ready to devour all the enemies, internal enemies of Nigeria. That's my feeling right now.
We grew up together. I was his boss at the time, not even when I was IG. He worked under me twice. We've been working together, and I know how he can go ahead to champion the cause of the police from where I have stopped.
Newly decorated RGP appointed by President Bola Tinubu on Monday said he is ready to take on the enemy state within the country. The Nigeria Police Force and the West African Police Information System are building the capacity of relevant security agencies on the application of artificial intelligence in modern-day crime fighting. Francis Form reports that this is to enable the 16-member countries of ECOWAS upload information of convicted criminals in a centralized database to track their activities within the sub-region.
But for the country to take ownership,
it is a training for data protection and data quality management for officers in the police force and other relevant security agencies on how to manage and secure the databases in the West African region under the WAPI's umbrella. Criminals with their advancement in artificial intelligence are exploring avenues to undercut data. And so, this training underscores the need for security agencies to protect information gathered in a secure manner.
And it is you that are the data recorders, that are the quality control officers that will ensure that all the information gathered are secured appropriately. We also are working on improving data uploads, because presently the amount of data that are uploaded are very low.
CP Stanley said Interpol National Central Bureau is looking forward to enhanced data protection, especially with the signing into law of the Nigeria Data Protection Bill by President Bola Tinubu. Francis from NTA News.
The Kebbi State Governor, Dr. Nasir Idris, has promised to provide all necessary assistance needed by security agencies in the fight against banditry in Kebbi State. The governor made this known while distributing items to victims of bandit attack in Tungamakara village in Shanga local government area of Kebbi State. Correspondent Abdul Dalil Mohammed Baba reports.
Recently, Tungamakara of Shanga local government area of Kebbi State was attacked by bandits. Although no life was lost, but properties were destroyed. In view of this, the Kebbi State Governor Nasir Idris did not only sympathize with the people, but distributed cash and food items to the victims. He assured them of government readiness to safeguard their lives and properties.
My number one priority is the security of our people. So no matter the cost, we will ensure our people safe with their 2 eyes closed.
In the same vein, the Emir of Yauri, Dr. Zayan Abdullahi, has visited the Kebbi State Governor to appreciate his concern for the security situation in Yauri Emirate and Kebbi State in general.
We are very grateful and we will continue to support government programs for the development of our state and country.
Security personnel have since been deployed to the affected areas. In Birnin Kebbi, Abdul Jalil Mohammed Bawa, NTA News.
The governor of Cross River State, Pasioti, has donated 10 million naira to victims of fire at Bugubiri and Hausa Fulani community in Calabar. The governor announced the support after a swift response and visit to the fire scene, which ravaged the oil market of the community in Calabar. Paul Abel reports.
Bugubiri oil market with lock-up shops in a predominantly Hausa Fulani community located in the heart of Calabar metropolis was recently gutted by fire from unknown source. The visit by the governor alongside deputy governor, speaker and members Cross River State House of Assembly is to empathize with victims of the inferno who lost millions of naira in the raging fire. The governor, who decried the level of devastation caused by the incident, also promised to construct modern lock-up shops for the victims.
We are coming at this time to support you and to let you know that the government is going to be behind you. We are going to do the best that we can to help the people here.
Thank you, sir.
We are very happy with our Hausa brothers who are here. We've lived like this for decades and decades. The volume of the fire and how it's going extended more like this. But we are able to help out.
Governor Baziede Tutu encouraged the people not to be deterred by the incident, as there is hope for recovery as long as there is life. In Calabar, Paul Abel, NTA News.
Nigeria has pledged commitment to continue to build empathy and understanding for refugees and asylum seekers across the country, in line with the present administration's Renewed Hope agenda. Ruth Aguele reports that the Federal Commissioner, National Commission for Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons, Iman Suleiman Ibrahim, affirmed this during a stakeholders' engagement to mark this year's World Refugee Day, celebrated every June 20, with the theme, Hope Away from Home.
Stay in Nigeria has actually helped me a lot, though a refugee. While growing up, I had some dreams that I actually wanted to acquire.
Imagine a life away from home, where your dreams are shattered. Well, that would have been the story of Ndanga if she hadn't sought refuge in Nigeria, she says. A place she has come to love like her home, while fulfilling her dreams by touching lives positively. Ndanga is one out of more than 90,000 refugees living in Nigeria, who today their hope is reignited as the world celebrates Refugee Day, a day set aside to remind nations and providing durable solutions by taking action to promote inclusion.
This year we focus on our actions for greater inclusion, actions that strengthen access, solidarity and solutions to empower refugees while building a stronger sense of belonging.
We need greater international support for host countries, as called for by the Global Compact for Refugees.
This message of inclusion entails doing all we can to give refugees hope.
The National Commission for Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons acknowledges the role of refugees by recognizing their resilience, courage and tenacity.
In this moment, we are called to action in our collective responsibility to create opportunities that unlock the full potentials of our refugees and empower them to rebuild their lives.
It will not be exaggerated to say that Nigeria, as a refugee-friendly country, has been doing a lot, giving these people of concerns hope and sense of belonging.
With the theme, Hope Away from Home, which seeks to restore hope for the refugees through strengthened solidarity beyond their exile, so that they can make a difference in their lives away from home. In Abuja, Ruth Aguele, NTA News.
Nigerian scholars continue to make waves on the international stage, garnering recognition for their exceptional contributions across various fields. One of such feats is the selection of Nigeria's Associate Professor Aisha Ali Gombe as the director of the prestigious Louisiana State University Cybersecurity Clinic, which is part of a significant development encouraged by a $1.5 million grant from the United States National Security Agency. Now joining us live from Kano is an Associate Professor Aisha Ali Gombe, the director of the Louisiana State University Cybersecurity Clinic, who is on a short break to Nigeria. Professor Gombe, thank you for honoring our invitation.
Thank you very much for having me this evening.
Let's set the ball rolling. Can you tell us more about the cybersecurity clinic that you have been appointed to head at the Louisiana State University? Of the cybersecurity clinic.
So the Cybersecurity Clinic is an initiative that is funded by the National Security Agency of the United States on the excellence cyber defense and cyber research. Is 400 different universities that have this designation that are eligible to apply. We applied for this grant, and luckily, NSA found our proposal worthy of funding. So we got the funding, and the clinic by itself is designed to provide cybersecurity solutions to small businesses in and around Louisiana. So it has two overarching objectives. The first objective is first to provide experiential learning opportunities for our students. So our students that do not necessarily have a chance to do some internship out there, they can use the clinic as a way of gaining skills. Secondly, small businesses around Louisiana have been dealing with cyber attack for a while. So the goal is, if we have a small business that cannot be able to hire a consultant, they can come to the clinic and our student can be able to help them with some of the problems they have. So that's kind of what the clinic is all about. Now, although I will be heading the clinic, I want to state that this is a collaborative effort, and we have a very big team that cut across my college, which is the College of Engineering, the College of Business, the law school. We have a state-level partner in form of the Louisiana's Small Business Development Center, and also we have an industry partner, the SANS Institute. So that's kind of what the clinic is all about.
How serious is the issue of cyber attacks on small and medium-scale enterprises?
So the issue of cyber attack is very, very seriously, I think not necessarily only in the United States, but globally. A very recent statistics from Accenture shows that for attacks on small businesses constitute at 50% of all cyber attacks. And to kind of look at the gravity of the attacks, when you look at small businesses, they often do not have enough capital to hire a consultant or to have in-house cybersecurity staff. Now, oftentimes, whenever there is a cyber attack, these businesses, they will have financial and reputation damages, and then, most of the time they will go out of business. And when you consider that in a lot of economies, especially like United States, small business form the bedrock of their economy. So it's important to protect small businesses and make sure these businesses do not fold because of small phishing attack or because of a ransomware.
Just before I let you go, the grant of $1.5 million by the United States National Security Agency is a booster that will encourage entrepreneurs and enterprises. When will they begin to feel the impact of your clinic?
Start in the beginning of the fall semester, which is in August 2023. Based on the design, the students are going to go through some traditional training and then some industry standard training and certification. Now, this clinic is designed to be a student-led clinic, so which means students are going to be the one engaging with the small businesses. Us as faculty and administrators, we're going to be providing logistics and advice. So we're hoping that small businesses will start to feel the impact of this clinic by the beginning of the spring semester, which is January 2024. And while this grant at the beginning is for a 2-year period, the goal is, we're hoping NSA will give us a 3rd-year support of about $750,000, and then hopefully we're going to get companies or other businesses to support continuously, so we can model clinics like the law clinic and the medical clinic setup.
Thank you very much for joining us, Associate Professor Aisha Ali Gombe, the Director of the Louisiana State University Cybersecurity Clinic. All right, let's go on our first commercial break. More reports when we return.
Whether from the winding creeks of Niger Delta, the fastness of northern Savannah, the boardroom of Lagos, the building, bustling capital of Abuja, as busy market of Onitsha. You are all the people. As your president, I shall serve you with prejudice towards none, but compassion and amity towards all.
Who wants to tell me the answer? Good. This way.
I give my soul. You get my time and dedication.
Hey, stop that.
You know, get waiting for life where I know fit do. Cause all the dream where we don't dream must to come true. It must to show for you, cause it's sure for me. Together we will ride against the mountains away. So make you dare with me, cause I dare for you. Together we will ride against the mountains away.
Teach the advanced way with Glow LTE Advanced, the power through data networks in one. Get a Glow SIM or dial *301#.
The rains are here again. Seasonal climate forecasts have revealed the possibility of flooding in several communities of Nigeria. Clear away solid wastes that block drainages and waterways to mitigate the risk of flooding in your area. Evacuate from flood-prone areas to safe higher grounds and report any flood incidents to emergency responders near you. Listen to weather forecast and comply to safety instructions. Disaster management is everybody's business. This message is brought to you by the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA. NEMA, for the sake of the distressed.
Discover Lipton's flavorful and balanced taste. We pick fine quality tea leaves from selected tea gardens around the world to give you Lipton Yellow Label's flavorful and balanced taste in every sip.
Hello, darling.
Hi, Grandma.
What did you do this weekend?
Well, on Friday, I went on a science trip with my classmates to see the gorillas in Rwanda. Then, I watched the cup final in London with the family. And on Saturday, my friends and I met up to hunt dragons again. Yes. Also, I taught the vacuum cleaner and the TV this new dance everyone's doing. They're really getting into it. And on Sunday, I went to bed watching the world from space. And you? Yes, so Grandma.
With Airtel 5G's lightning fast speeds and seamless connectivity, you won't believe what's next.
Now, if you are a Nigerian, I'm sure one of these things must have happened to you before, like forgetting your wallet out,
or not being able to get your full change when you buy something,
or you are unsure of the account you want to make payment into. Then NQR Payment is for you. NQR Payment Solution is a secure QR code-based payments and collections platform to help individuals and businesses, to help buyers and sellers to receive and also make instant payments for goods and services. Now, if you're a customer, here are 4 easy steps to pay sharp with NQR. 1. Sign into your mobile banking app, click on Payment, then select QR Payment. 3. Scan the unique QR code presented by the merchant. And 4. Confirm the beneficiary name, amount, then input your PIN, and the merchant receives its payment instantly. To use NQR for your business, contact your bank. This message is brought to you by the Bankers Club team.
Glad to know you're still there. Further to the directive of the dissolution of boards of federal government, parastatals, agencies, institutions of government-owned companies, and the Secretary to the Government of the Federation has clarified that the boards of National Drug Law Enforcement Agency (NTA) and the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control (NAFDAC) are exempted from such dissolution. And moving to the Judiciary now, the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja has reserved judgment in a matter between Nnamdi Kanu and the Directorate of State Services (DSS) to 20th July 2023. Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, seeks an order of the court to compel the DSS to allow him access to his medical doctor. Miriam Emeka-Amadi of our Judiciary Desk reports that the presiding judge, Justice Binta Nyako, gave the order in Abuja.
The Kanu, in a motion dated 2nd February 2023, through his lead counsel Michael Zekome's son, sought an order of mandamus compelling the respondent DSS to allow him unhindered access to his medical doctors to enable them conduct an independent examination of his present health condition, as earlier ordered by the Federal High Court. The court had earlier gave an order on the 21st October 2021 to allow the applicant and defendant have access to 3 persons per week on visitation. This, the lead counsel to the applicant and defendant, Mike Ozekome's son, asserted that the DSS has not carried out the orders. Ozekome's son alleged that the disposition of DSS to the order was against Section 7 of Anti-Torture Act 2017. It is in the light of this that counsel to Nnamdi Kanu prayed the court to grant the request of the applicant. The application was supported by a 9-paragraph affidavit and 10 exhibits. Counsel to the respondent in the matter, Abubakar Danlami, is challenging the jurisdiction of the court to entertain the matter. Danlami therefore asked the court to dismiss the application after the adumberation and adoption of the final written addresses.
The law says the Supreme Court is that you should come and stand trial. To come and stand trial means that you should be healthy enough, you should be alive to stand trial, because dead men don't stand trial, only the living. And then Nnamdi Kanu has to be alive and be well to stand trial.
By 20th July 2023, the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja is expected to deliver its verdict on Nnamdi Kanu's application. In Abuja, Miriam Emeka-Amadi, NTA News.
And the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party in the February 25th, 2023 presidential election, Atiku Abubakar, and his party have tendered more documents in aid of their petition before the presidential election petition court sitting in Abuja. Dele Atsumbi of our Judiciary Desk reports that the attempt by the council to the petitioners, Chris Uche SAN, to tender certified true copies of further documents without proper scheduling stalled today's proceedings for a while.
Petitioners through their counsel, Chris Uche SAN, tendered 14 batches of certified true copies of the voters' register of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT. The documents were provided by the Independent National Electoral Commission upon the issuance of a subpoena on its chairman, Professor Mahmood Yakubu. Counsel to INEC Abubakar Mahmood SAN, that of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu Wole Olanipekun SAN, and APC Lateef Fagbemi SAN objected to the admissibility of the documents tendered. The respondent asserted that the reason for their objections will be given in their final written addresses. In spite of the respondents' objections, the Presidential Election Petition Court admitted the documents in evidence. However, the attempt by the counsel to the petitioners, Chris Uche SAN, to tender certified true copies of documents produced by INEC upon subpoena issued on the chairman of INEC on 26 May 2023 was objected to by all the counsel to the respondents. The objection raised by the respondent was as a result of the petitioner's intention to tender certified true copies of documents without proper scheduling. Counsel to INEC Abubakar Mahmood SAN also informed the court that the petitioners were yet to pay the fees for the documents produced by the electoral umpire. The court adjourned the matter to Wednesday, 21st June 2023 for continuation of the hearing. At the resumed hearing, the documents to be tendered by the petitioners will have been properly scheduled. The scheduling will give room for proper identification of the documents. In the consolidated petition, in line with paragraph 50 of the first schedule of the Electoral Act 2022, Atiku Abubakar and the PDP will close their case on Thursday, 22nd June 2023, while Peter Obi and the Labour Party continued the pursuit of their petition before the Presidential Election Petition Court. The alleged service of subpoena on all the resident electoral commissioners across all states of the Federation and the FCT became a serious issue for the Labour Party. The court asked the petitioners to produce evidence of service as claimed. The matter has been adjourned to Wednesday, 21st June 2023. Abuja, Dele Atumbi, NTA News.
And away from the judiciary, there are indications that the crisis rocking the Nasarawa State House of Assembly will soon be resolved. This follows the emergency meeting held by the caucus of the All Progressives Congress APC of the state with the aim of restoring peace in the assembly. Aliu Tijani reports.
All is not well at the State Assembly since the inauguration of the 7th Assembly, with 2 speakers claiming leadership position of the House. The development does not augur well for APC in the state, and this meeting is to resolve the crisis. Governor Sule reiterates his commitment to resolve the crisis and ensure one united House of Assembly.
Good or bad, we may be able to know what is happening in order for us to have a sense of direction, and that's what makes us a family. There is no family that is trouble-free. There is no family that will say they will not have one kind of misunderstanding or the other, and it is normal actually to scale through.
Hours after closed-doors deliberation, the state chairman of the party, Dr. John Manman, who briefs the media, says, though the matter is in court, efforts are being made to bring the 2 factions together and resolve all issues.
We all agree that the matter, since in the course of explanation, the stakeholders are meant to understand that the matter is in court. And it's only the court that can decide otherwise.
He assures that there is no crisis within the party, as the leadership impasse in the State Assembly will soon be resolved. In Lafia, Aliu Tijani, NTA News.
Hate speech, professionalism and code of ethics are key in broadcasting in the light of this. Leadership of the Ghana Independent Broadcasters Association are in Abuja, Nigeria's capital city, to partner with the broadcasting organizations of Nigeria. Adebola Brooklyn Sunday reports.
President of the association, Sese Sunkwa Mills, led the 3-man delegation to the meeting with key members of the broadcasting organizations of Nigeria. The gap created by technological advancement and the old ways of doing things prompted the technical working visits to Nigeria by the Ghanaian broadcasters to share knowledge and experience.
I've been quite slow in terms of moving these laws to take care of these spaces. So it has created multiple challenges also in terms of the industry growth.
Through training, we've deepened knowledge, we've built capacity, and we've rewarded the best. People want to watch local content. What exists? What can be shared? How do we learn from each other? So that's definitely one way. Capacity building, regulation.
The visitors were also at the Advertising Practitioners Council of Nigeria for insights into the workings of the council.
We have promised that we'll take this forward, but engaging them further and then providing a support as a government agency to them.
GIBA is the umbrella body for all private-owned and operational radio and television broadcast organizations in Ghana, duly authorized by the National Communications. Adebola Brooklyn Sunday, NTA News.
Nigerian youth are using different platforms to converse for peaceful coexistence among citizens to build and secure a prosperous future. This informed the visit by the Arewa Youth Advocacy for Good Governance and the management of the Nigerian Television Authority NTA headquarters in Abuja. Bosade Abel reports.
It is believed that a society that prepares the youth for the sake of the future aspirations will secure its future development and also prepare its next set of leaders who would champion reconciliation and development. That is the reason for this visit by these young Nigerians, clamoring for collaboration with the Nigerian Television Authority and other relevant bodies to organize an entrepreneurship summit as well as skills acquisition programs to enable youth to be self-reliant and also bridge the gap of discrimination in the society.
If you look at the statistical record of out-of-school children, sir, you realize that the girl child are the ones that are mostly affected and of course the most vulnerable in the society. So we deem it fit and consider it necessary to collaborate with relevant bodies so as to sponsor girl child at various primary, secondary and tertiary institutions within our capacity.
It is very encouraging, very, very encouraging in the sense that the youth are making waves in this world. Everywhere you go today, the entertainment industry has been taken over by Nigerians, be it filmmaking, be it music, sports, and all what have you. And if you look at some other industries too, when you talk about technology, you can imagine just of recent we saw some video clips, some ingenuity of our Nigerians that are today powering their generators through gas.
The Arewa Youth Advocacy for Good Governance is a non-governmental organization formed by the 19 northern states and the FCT with the aim of promoting peace and bridging the gaps that exist in the society. In Abuja, Bosede Ebo, NTA News.
Now it's time to join Adeola in Lagos for stories making the rounds from that zone. Adeola, take it up from here.
Thank you, Olajide. The Naira has been strengthened as it rose against the dollar in the last few days since the federal government announced the collapse of segments of multiple exchange rates into unified rates in the investor and export window. Amaka Owo captured the views of some government officials and investors in Lagos on the impact of this important policy to the nation's economy.
The shift in the foreign exchange market brought about by the policy of the present administration that abolished multiple exchange rates has continued to receive applause from all quarters as it promotes the ease of doing business, improve transparency in the market, and stabilize balance of payment.
I can now access forex. If I'm buying it at 750, the other person is buying at 750. It's not that I'll go and buy at 750, other people will go and buy at 450, come and sell to me, then compete with me in my business again.
The issue of holding dollars does not stay again. What the government need to do now is making the forex available.
As the present administration continues to implement policies which a cross-section of stakeholders, including the Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives, applaud these as guidelines to economic transformation, he urged Nigerians to collaborate by fostering and supporting the implementation of these policies in the interest of all.
I encourage every Nigerian to stand on the side of the president. He means well, and we are going to give him support from the parliament to ensure that rancor-free, acrimony-free relationship will help him achieve all his goals. Because, like I said, though we are three arms of government, we are one government. If President Tinubu succeeds, the legislature has succeeded.
The unification of exchange rates, experts observe, has liberalized the foreign exchange market and will impact tremendously on the physical system of the economy. In Lagos, Amaka Owo, NTA News.
A new era of endless possibilities capable of transforming imaginations into reality has begun with the official launch of Airtel 5G network in Lagos. The management of the telecom company say the strength of its 5G network is the download and upload speed as well as the affordability. Joa Pokuola reports that subscribers can now enjoy this seamless service on any 5G enabled device.
With the continuous paradigm shift in the telecom industry, Airtel is thinking outside the box with the launch of its 5G network to upgrade subscribers to a world where imagination speedily becomes reality with the official launch.
We now have liftoff of 5G in Nigeria. Go!
Airtel, whose innovation has always been a game changer in the industry, is bringing everyone on board with unprecedented speed and affordability, which is a unique selling point synonymous with Airtel. The Chief Executive Officer, Airtel Nigeria, Carl Cruz, says Airtel 5G is a quantum leap from the business as usual to a new dimension of simplicity, redefining technology application and ensuring unbroken connection.
So the unique advantage that we have, or that customers would have for Airtel Nigeria's 5G network, is in our commitment to bringing imagination to life for everyone. If you go by our recently launched brand theme, A Reason to Imagine, you will notice that it fits perfectly with this whole paradigm shift.
The network, which can be enjoyed on iOS device and Android, is available in Lagos, Ogun, and Rivers, as well as the Federal Capital Territory, according to the Chief Commercial Officer.
What we've done with the Airtel 5G we've launched today is to make it accessible, simplified. We don't want 5G to be complicated. And I'm glad to inform you that today we launched the most affordable 5G router in Nigeria today. With 30,000 naira, you can have a 5G router and enjoy 5G speed.
With Airtel 5G, telecom subscribers can be everywhere in real time, and there is always a reason to imagine. The excitement of the Airtel 5G will no doubt change the narrative of the telecom industry. In Lagos, Joel Ukbola, NTA News.
And that concludes our contribution from the City of Excellence. But be reminded that you can follow this news broadcast live on our website at nta.ng/live and on our other social media handles displayed on the screen for updates. More reports will come after this break. To stay with us.
Are you a dealer in cars, jewelry, precious metals and stones and luxury goods? Are you into real estate, or are you an estate agent, surveyor, valuer, developer or broker? Are you into the hospitality industry, lottery business, or are you a mortgage broker, tax consultant or an accountant? Do you have a supermarket, pools betting and consulting or construction company? If you have, go and obtain your certification from the Special Control Unit Against Money Laundering, SCUMOL, and be free to do your business within the ambits of the law. SCUMOL has the responsibility to monitor, supervise, and regulate the activities of designated non-financial business and professions, DNFBPs, across the country. Please note that the SCUMOL certificate is not a guarantee of legitimacy of any business. To register, visit www.scumol.org. For collection of certificate, visit any EFCC office nearest to you. Remember, registration is free.
SCUMOL, securing Nigeria's business environment. This message is from Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC.
In the heat of the summer, downfall bosses feel like extremely hot ovens. How do I cope with this heat?
And how do I cope with that bad odor?
By staying 5 degrees cooler.
Body odor is caused by germs, and on hot days, the sweating and the odor are more. That's why you need to get the new improved Electoral Cool Soap, which offers up to 5 degrees instant cooling sensation and protects you from 99.9% odor-causing germs.
As you go through life, your goal isn't limited to securing the bag. It goes beyond that. It is more about making the bag even bigger. At Leadway, we believe in your potentials, and that is why we have become more for you. Get more with Leadway, your one-stop shop for all your non-banking financial services.
Visit one.leadway.com to get started.
joy. Unleash taste.
Bye, Mom.
He's going to play in this weather. Why did you let him go? He might fall ill.
And if he doesn't go out for practice, how will he win more trophies? To protect our family from illness-causing germs during the rainy season, we use Dettol soap every day.
Dettol with germ defense gives you protection. Raining season brings a lot of germs, and Dettol soap's germ defense protects you from up to 100 illness-causing germs. Dettol soap is endorsed by the Nigerian Medical Association. Be Dettol Show.
We are Inter-Party Advisory Council, IPAC. We are political parties. We are the pathway to political power. IPAC, in line with its core mandate, is carrying out peer review mechanism for elected political office holders. Performance of the President of Nigeria, state governors, state and National Assembly members will be assessed comparatively. This will trigger healthy competition amongst our elected politicians to deliver dividends of democracy like good roads, good healthcare delivery system, good schools, full employment, security, and so on. This prestigious program will soon be shown live on television stations across Nigeria. IPAC, deepening and consolidating democracy.
In the heat of the summer, downfall buses feel like extremely hot ovens. How do I cope with this heat?
And how do I cope with that bad odor?
By staying 5 degrees cooler.
Body odor is caused by germs, and on hot days, the sweating and the odor are more. That's why you need to get the new improved Electoral Cool Soap, which offers up to 5 degrees instant cooling sensation and protects you from 99.9% odor-causing germs.
Many thanks for being there. Transparency and accountability are key concerns in Nigeria's public sector, and the Nigerian Television Authority is mindful of this. NTA reports while the authority is using its 2023 Heads of Finance Chief Accountants Conference to address these issues head-on.
It's that time of the year when heads of finance from across NTA stations nationwide meet to deliberate on topical issues affecting the directorate and other developments in the accounting world. The theme for this year's conference, Re-evaluation of Property, Plant and Equipment, a necessary tool for effective implementation of International Public Sector Accounting Standards, IPSAS, is said to be relevant considering the importance of accurate and up-to-date records in the public sector.
We must approach the fact that transparency is anchored on trust, honesty, integrity, exemplary leadership.
This helps us to know what is obtainable as our job and the nation at large.
The Executive Director of Finance, his words ignite fire in the delegate's heart, conveying the urgency and transformative power re-evaluation of property, plant and equipment hold in the public sector.
We will transfer and deploy staff to stations in need. It is worthy of note that the issue of inadequate finance staff in some stations are being considered with a view of addressing them.
There should be a conscious effort, to imbibe and inculcate in our staff, financial literacy.
And speaking about financial literacy, makes me to seek more robust collaboration between the finance and the news directorate, in the sense that we do not understand a lot of the processes that are involved in financing.
The Director General of the NTA, represented by the Executive Director News, Ayo Adewuyi, paints a picture of the financial obligations faced by the organization.
As much as it is important to talk about the re-evaluation of assets, which is long overdue, it must be borne in mind that we must never forget the human asset in us, which more than all other assets comes first.
The 3-day conference promises to be engaging and result-oriented. In Abuja, Neka Uku, NTA News.
And over now to Benny Adams for business news.
Thank you, Olajide, and welcome to business. Management of Nigeria Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative, NTA, is of the view that while government is working on a robust plan to cushion the effect of fuel subsidy removal, there is need to ensure that the impact of the removal is felt through the general well-being of Nigerians. This is coming on the heels of stakeholders validating progress made in the extractive sector.
Next is to put a very robust arrangement in place to manage the proceeds, the savings that we made from subsidy, to make sure that these savings reflect in the way and manner we apply the resources to the rebuilding of our social infrastructure, roads, electricity, providing security, providing healthcare, providing job opportunities, and improving the general well-being of Nigeria, so that Nigerians will know the difference between when subsidy existed and when subsidy was removed. That's the next stage, and that will require robust planning based on competence, capacity, knowledge, data, and application of resources in a very prudent manner.
And the United Kingdom Monday simplified trading rules and cut tariffs on products from developing countries, including Nigeria, saving businesses and consumers millions of pounds a year. The UK's new post-Brexit development countries trading scheme, which entered into force yesterday at the British High Commission in Nigeria, covers 65 countries, including Nigeria. It says with the new scheme, more than 99% of goods exported from Nigeria would automatically be eligible for duty-free access to the UK. It added that Nigeria would receive enhanced preferential access to almost 3,000 products. The scheme also abolishes tariffs on more than 3,000 everyday products that Nigeria currently exports, including cocoa, cotton, plantain, flowers, fertilizers, tomatoes, frozen shrimps, and sesame. Taking a look at the markets at the end of today's trading on the exchange, a total of 588.8 million shares in 8,272 deals, corresponding to a market value of 8.9 billion naira, were traded. Compared with the previous trading day, which was Monday, today's data shows 34% decline in volume, 20% decline in turnover, and 11% decline in deals. The current market capitalization is 32.2 trillion naira. Well, that is business news. Network news continues after this break.
Summer, downfall bosses feel like extremely hot ovens. How do I cope with this heat?
And how do I cope with that bad odor?
By staying 5 degrees cooler.
Body odor is caused by germs, and on hot days, the sweating and the odor are more. That's why you need to get the new improved Electoral Cool Soap, which offers up to 5 degrees instant cooling sensation and protects you from 99.9% odor-causing germs.
Our boss was like, a decent fashion designer only gets home at midnight. Midway.
Man like Osime, Papa just the chop Italian league like Oha.
These are real housewives of Abuja. Those women are fire. What does OJ say again? A relationship with money is Alhamdulillah. Because they wear uniform, you want to treat people anyhow. Imagine this officer. I will clear out one lie.
Don't cost. Bruh, come on there. Face no matter. The biggest dragon for Westeros, now small pikin face am, climb am, ride am like Formula 1. Fear catch me.
He found the gold and asked her for just shaking me piece of the pie, and she killed him for it.
Obini, fair women, no.
No one tells a story like we do. Showmax, Africa's original streaming service.
Come to the National Center for Women Development, a home away from home. With our beautifully renovated hotel, Center can also boast of a 1,700-seater auditorium for conferences. The edifice has an African, continental, and Arabian restaurants, a daycare creche for nursing mothers. There is also an ICT department for computer training, and also a training department for catering, tailoring, and hairdressing. For more information, please contact the National Center for Women Development, Tafa Balewa Way, opposite the Central Bank of Nigeria's CBN headquarters, Central District Area, Abuja, or telephone 070-5111-1163. National Center for Women Development, rebranding, restructuring, and repositioning.
Bye, Mom. He's going to play in this weather? Why did you let him go? He might fall ill.
And if he doesn't go out for practice, how will he win more trophies? To protect our family from illness-causing germs during the rainy season, we use Dettol soap every day.
Dettol with germ defense gives you protection. Rainy season brings a lot of germs, and Dettol soap's germ defense protects you from up to 100 illness-causing germs. Dettol soap is endorsed by the Nigerian Medical Association. Be Dettol Show.
Up next, ladies and gentlemen, Chisholm.
My body don't tire. No, it's not the same as if my legacy will not die. So simple life, living every moment to the full. I'll be overloading your back. All this life I day, I want to be celebrating. Tell me what you need from me now. I know what you need from me now. Send from heaven to you, baby.
Sunday on Nigerian Idol. Proudly sponsored by Techno and Biggie for every moment.
Moving on, final rites of passage for late Raymond Dokpesi, founder of Telecommunications, continued on Tuesday with a requiem mass at the Church of Assumption at Sokoro, Abuja. Oluseyi Adiagbo reports that while praying for the repose of his soul, many described the late Raymond Dokpesi as a phenomenal pace-setter whose lifestyle, his generosity, kindness and humility will be greatly missed.
It was about 2 years ago, captains of industry, former and serving political office holders, as well as family members gathered to celebrate Chief Raymond Dokpesi at 70. Now almost the same faces have gathered again as sympathizers following his demise.
The time will come that death will come knocking.
Reverend Father Peter Asawet's homily encouraged those living to be God-fearing as death is inevitable, describing Raymond Dokpesi as a devout Christian who was instrument to human development and contributed immensely to national growth.
Raymond Dokpesi was indeed a great man. He was a good Christian, a Catholic, I know so well.
For dignitaries and the Telecommunications PLC family, Raymond Dokpesi's legacies would live long.
Raymond Dokpesi was one of the solid speakers for justice and fairness in this country.
He has impacted in us those innate qualities that God endowed him with in some of us who are the managers of the business.
His tenacity about whatever he believes in.
I miss every bit of him. I miss every part of him.
Late Raymond Dokpesi, 71, died on Monday, May 29, and the celebration of his glorious exit continues Wednesday with a third mass at his home state, Agenebode, Edo State. Oluseyi Adiagbo, NTA News.
And that concludes the network news at 9. Many thanks for being a part of it. I am Olajide Bello.